Welcome to Limestone 1213. Now, Father's putting me to study. He said, this is what he's telling me. The pain is in the blood, right? And he tells me, okay, I'm telling you, all right, I understand that. So he tells me, now, I want you to go first look up if anesthesia numbs the blood. But anesthesia don't numb the blood. When I go look it up, it says anesthesia don't numb the blood. Anesthesia, what it does, it numbs it numbs the brain. Really, it puts the brain in freeze. So then he tells me, okay, you understand why individuals when they go into surgery, they cut and they don't feel the pain, right? But when you go into anesthesia, they numb the brain, right? So then he asked me, go check how much blood flow runs through the brain. Boom. I go check how much blood flow runs through the brain. And I think it's 75 millimeters or something like that at 15% at 100 grams. I don't know, cardiac. Well, the detail to the things, you could go look at it yourself. You know what I'm saying? We're not worried about being doctors. You know what I'm saying? We're worried about figuring out what's the situation. So we recognize that Father places the soul and the pain and the blood. You know what I'm saying? And it's all in the brain, right? Because the brain gives function to the rest of the part of your bodies, and it's what flows the blood through your veins. So it means when sacrifices are given, like the lambs and stuff were asked for sacrifice because it was in the blood where the pain was. You know what I mean? So that's the situation that we have in, you know what I'm saying? That's why Jesus Christ had to come and give the blood up for the pain that every individual has caused, you know what I'm saying? The eternal Father, because it's in the blood that he created, you know what I'm saying? The pain. But spiritual beings don't carry a flow of blood, but we carry what we call a reception inside our brain. That is, if whatever we feed our brains, it then hits our soul, you know what I'm saying, and it creates, you know what I'm saying, when we do something damage and when we could cause ourselves into some situation and we hurt, you know what I'm saying, you get hit or you get cut or you get shot, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, you got an stimulation that shuts down and numbs up your blood system, you know what I'm saying, that adrenaline for a few minutes will numb up your brain, shoots some kind of chemical reaction and numbs up the brain for that moment, numbs up the blood for that moment, for you won't feel the pain. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the brain works. You know what I'm saying? But then long down the line, when the shit wears off, you start feeling the pain. You're in tremendous pain. Because when I had this injury, you know what I'm saying? At the moment that it happened, I didn't feel it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel it all the way to after surgery. That, you know what I'm saying, the shit was so painful, you know what I mean, that I kept on hitting myself with morphine to take away the pain, you know what I'm saying. But the pain, you know what I'm saying, is in the blood, but the blood is ran in the brain, you know what I'm saying, because the brain is what hides the soul, you know what I'm saying. So everything functions through the soul and the brain, you know what I mean, the soul and the blood, you know what I'm saying? And the brain is what function gives us understanding to 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 function, you know what I'm saying? Your brain functions, and without blood in your brain, you're gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Your brain ain't gonna function, you know what I'm saying? So that's why he says the life is in the blood, you know what I'm saying? So but not only is the life in the blood, also the pain is in the blood. You know what I mean? The pain is causing the blood. That's why we say Jesucristo had to come in, you know what I'm saying, and place the blood up, you know what I'm saying, because he carried human flesh, and the human flesh was, unless was holy and was pleasant towards the Father and came as a lamb, is the only way, you know what I'm saying, it was able to be accepted, You know what I'm saying? To be given glory. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody else could come in, because nobody had the blood of the lamb to give themselves glory. You know what I'm saying? And forget all the pain that, you know what I'm saying, humans has caused Father. So that's the concept of that. You know what I'm saying? And why he's telling me to go study on anesthesia. So we know that anesthesia shuts down the brain, but the brain is controlled. It is not only shutting down the brain, it's freezing the blood. You know what I'm saying? It's controlling the blood from flowing. Well, the blood keeps flowing, but it sterilizes, I guess, some form of the way it's sterilizing the blood from causing pain. You know what I mean? So that's how the shit works. You know what I'm saying? That's how he's showing it works. It's not the brain that's stopping us from feeling the pain. It's that I guess the anesthesia shuts down a part of the brain that shuts down, that releases a chemical to guide us through the blood. Because the blood is what causes us the pain. You know what I'm saying? Some way, somehow, you know what I'm saying? Some form of understanding. That's why the blood is more sacred than the brain. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker scientists that think they science, bitch, I am the scientist, you know what I'm saying? I'm your last scientist that you ever gonna see, you know what I'm saying? So, while they think in their brains, bullshit, you know what I'm saying? The soul hides in the brain, you know what I'm saying? And the pain is in the blood, so is the life, you know what I'm saying? It's in the blood. So, stay tuned in.